They call him the weather prophet. Watched by the eyes of thousands in the city, he knows when the rain pours, where tornadoes hit, and what to do in case of a storm. But even he couldn't forecast his own disappearance. I was getting ready to start the day when I found a letter on my desk. It was an urgent note from the morning news anchors. They said they last saw Nick Patrick at the green screen, presenting his forecast at 5 a.m., then taking a coffee break until his next on-cam appearance. His typical routine. Nick never made it to his next weather hit at 6 a.m. or the one after that. The two morning anchors were so stirred into a fret they finally asked the question, what happened to Nick Patrick? There was something about this case I couldn't shake. What could have happened to Nick Patrick? Where could he have gone? Who did he talk to? The letter said Nick went to go get coffee. So on my way to the break room, I realized the station's halls were narrow, quiet, eerie. The perfect place for a Nick napper to snag our missing meteorologist. But where could they have taken him? And why? The break room was small, but a perfect place to brew coffee and a conversation, or even an argument. Nick's mug still sitting unbothered at the Keurig, the coffee still hot. I started looking around the room for more clues, maybe food, drinks, condiments. Just as I discovered the half-open knife drawer, a piercing scream came from the east side of the building.
Ah!
It was chilled over ice, pale, but the cut looked fresh. The news producer Rob said he came into the office to find an open Sharpie in a small cooler near his desk. It had a note that said Nick's pasted on the side, but he opened it anyway. And there it was.
Ah!
Rob was petrified. Was this the hand of our weatherman? Did the Nick Napper want us to find it? Was the person responsible in this very room? I began recording testimonies. Everyone seemed to have an alibi. I even tested handwriting to match the suspects, but still nothing. Frustrated, I went away to gather my clues and evidence.
Okay, so I hear you've been looking for me. What is the deal here? What's going on?
Well, Nick Patrick, where have you been?
Well, it's been a very busy morning. It's Halloween morning. There's a lot going on here. Went to go get my coffee, realized that I didn't have my steps where I like them to be. It's very important for me to get my steps in the morning. I started the coffee, I walked away from the coffee, and realized I didn't have it. See, so that's why it was left where it was. I realized I needed to get some more steps, so I just, kept on walking. It was a moment, and I wasn't thinking about what time it was, and I just knew that if I didn't get the steps in now, I wouldn't have another chance. I walked to the back, I walked to the front, walked around outside. There's a lot of room that I can take here.
So Nick, what about the severed hand? Where did that come from?
What severed hand?